Hi there, my name is Jeff Baker, Senior Director of Operations at Bluberi, and I have been here just over 2 years. I would say probably the thing I enjoy the most here is, I've been around for a while. I've been in most of my career in some very large companies. Most companies, even friends that I know, obviously in the workforce, a lot of companies give a lot of lip service to their culture. And I have to say that I honestly didn't believe it when I first started here, right? Like it took a little while to figure out that it wasn't just a slogan. So it's probably what I enjoy the most about my job here is just the inclusion. Yeah, my blueberry moment. So I think we've all had one. I've told this story before, but it's still one of my favorites. So it was my very first week working here, and I was dressed like I normally had been for the entire previous part of my career, khakis and a button down shirt. And funny part is, I was wearing that while I was out on the production floor building button decks. And it was Thursday. And as I was working, I was just thinking to myself, hey, I wonder if they have casual Friday here. And almost on cue, Andrew, our CEO, came out into the warehouse and he's wearing a hoodie and tiger stripe Air Jordans. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm pretty good with casual Friday. What I'm so probably the most excited about of my future here at the company is I actually understand what the future of the company is. Again, coming from some fairly large organizations that were siloed, uh, we really didn't know what was going on in the other departments, what the future roadmap was for R&D or hardware or the direction of the company. And it's really kind of amazing how people go out of their way here to actively communicate what their departments are working on, why they're working on them, and again, how that is going to impact the future of the company is something that we actively participate in. So many other companies talk about being there to support their employees, but then you don't actually see that in action. Um, it really is different, and I think again that's kind of why we're doing these interviews, right? We talk about it in our hiring interviews as we're trying to get the next best people into our organization. And I'm sure like when we tell people in an interview that Blueberry's different, they just kind of go, yeah, sure, that's what we hear everywhere. But it really is. I think the willingness of every person, one, because we're an explosive growth company right now. We're used to jumping in and helping with whatever needs to be done, whether it's part of your department or not. And I almost guaranteed I could call my boss right now if he was in the building and say, hey, we got a project in the warehouse and need your help. And he'd probably be like, yeah, sure, on my way. No second thoughts about getting their hands dirty or helping out with whatever needs to be done. And it's just that kind of willingness to jump in and do whatever needs to be done. It's just a great environment to be in.